Welcome back everybody, a further unbagging of another folio game. I bought a couple of these in the last few weeks by Decision Games, very well known for their little mini game folio series. This one, or a couple of these titles that I've got particular periods that I'm interested in. This one, Campaigns of Montrose, A Year of Living Dangerously, 1644 to 1645. It's got some very positive reviews, and again, small footprint game. One I think that would be very easy to pack in your suitcase if you're traveling anywhere or sitting in a hotel room for an evening. So I just wanted to share this with you, and the other title that I purchased, which was Khartoum, Sudan, 1883 to 1885, and I'll show you that one in a separate unbagging shortly. So I've taken these out of the bag, but I haven't done anything with them at this stage. So you always get just your cover card for the scenario concerned, and you've got your rules, which are a total of 8 pages. Fairly dry layout, set up, no colour, it's all black and white, but again, these are what I would classify as being in the range of budget, but they're set out still in a clear and very simple to understand manner. So again, we've got lots of little phases in there. This is not a stapled set, so they do come in pieces. As you can see there's a lot to read, but there are some examples of play, and there are also some advanced rules in there as well. So the actual rules footprint themselves probably are about 5 pages, so not too much to take in. Should be able to get up and running quite quickly with this one. It is meant to be, these are all meant to be relatively low complexity solitaire type games for 2 players as well. And what I like about them is there's still a card system, so you've got these cards. Let's take these out of here if we can. Just take these out of here, just show you what they look like. So again, they're very small, pretty thin, but they're okay. You could sleeve them if you really wanted to, but they're nicely set out. So these are the Royalist cards, and then you've got the Covenanter cards on the back, and I like that. That just adds some flavour to the game. I always think gives a little bit of period feel. You've got a little baggie here to put your counters in, and then you've got a very small quarter stroke half sheet of counters. So again, apologies for the shadowing, but you can see actually the counters very clear, concise artwork, no problem there at all. Some of them have got little bits on the reverse, but mainly they're one-sided. Yeah, pretty thin, but what do you expect when you're paying a relatively low price for this game anyway? And there aren't many counters, so if they're bagged and looked after, they should be fine. So you get those. Got the backing sheet, which just gives you a little bit more detail about the game. So we've got the map itself, which we'll get out in a moment. A little bit about the campaigns of Montrose himself. If for those of you that aren't aware, this was English Civil War He was a royalist fighting for the king in Scotland against the Covenanters, and it just confirms the contents there. So it's 11 by 17 map, quite small map, so no problem from that point of view either. So again, just gives you a flavour of some of the counters, and again, because of the shadowing with the light at the moment, importantly tells you the level. So this is a regimental based game. Should take an hour to an hour and a half. Very low complexity and medium solitaire suitability. So that's a brief overview of the contents. I'm just going to show you the map as well. As I say, it's not a big map, so it's not going to take up huge amounts of room. But hopefully you can see there straight away. If I just move the camera a little bit, it's a nice map of Scotland. We've got some details here. So we've got the main cities or towns or fighting battle points. It looks like area control, point to point. We've got turn record track. We've got terrain effects chart on the top here, which again I like that to all be involved. Battle results tables, terrain keys, sequence of play, and the battles themselves. So I like that. It's all on a very small map. And I'm sure it means in play that you won't have to refer back to the rules much at all once you get it up and running. So that's the first of the Decision Games titles that I've purchased after a little bit of research. I'd seen, as I say, this one had got some pretty good reviews. Did appeal in view of the title, because I am painting a 6mm Royalist Montrose army at the moment. Always been quite interested in the battles that he fought up in Scotland, and I am aware Decision Games have got a few others coming through at the moment which are on pre-order with a number of companies in the UK, and again periods that are very interesting to me. So one is a game on the Hougoumont battle at Waterloo. 2, the battles of the Round Tops at Gettysburg, and 3, the Battle of Balaclava. So depending on how these play, all 3 of those are definitely high on my wish list. So hopefully I'll be able to show you a little bit more if I purchase those in the future. But this is Campaigns of Montrose, Decision Games, A Year of Living Dangerously, 1644 to 1645. And I will just show you also the Khartoum game shown at the beginning of the video in a similar format. So again, another period of interest, the Sudanese War. Again, a period that I have various 6mm armies already painted up for. I've written my own house rule set for as well. Very interested in the colonial period. So again, small footprint game, that's what appealed to me. We've got the cover, similar contents. This is the what they call the Hand of Destiny system. So these are the rules, very similar format, other than these are 4 pages, but you haven't got the examples of play, the scenarios, etc. This is one game, again in very much the format of 4 pages. But although again quite dry in terms of the layout, there isn't too much to take in there, so I would again hope that they would be okay. We've got the cards, we've got the baggie for the counters, and again we've got a very small counter count, probably a quarter sheet, but you can see there that again nice detail on the counters. Should be no problem identifying what they are. These ones have a little bit more on the back as well. Apologies for the shadow, but hopefully you can see those okay on the video. And again, you know, this is a what I would call a low cost game, and for the number of counters concerned, not going to be a problem for me. That we've got the map, and interestingly they've then done scenario rules on a separate sheet rather than in the rule set, so this was slightly different to the other game, and in some ways I think quite a nice idea. So setup of the game, the scenario, special rules, yeah, all in a 2-page back-to-back sheet. And again, we've got the mounted card that you'd be looking at if you're looking at this in the shop. Same map size, counter count, campaign cards, 4-page rulebook and exclusive rules. And this one is again 2 players, but this one is at brigade level with a 1 to 2 hour play time, and again very low complexity with medium solitaire. So again, a little bit of background for those of you who are not aware of the Khartoum campaign, to try and save Gordon and his forces before the Mahdi took over. Ultimately, this led to very much big British involvement in this campaign, and some very interesting skirmishes and battles. So we'll just show you the map and the counter and the cards. Again, the cards very small but very nice. Just going to get these out of the packet. Again, as before, these could easily be card sleeved. So we've got Empire cards. Again, really clearly set out. It just again add a little bit of historical flavour to the campaign and the game, and the Mahdi again with some various cards in there. So again, looks really interesting, and they've captured definitely some of the feel for the period there. So some good historical flavour captured by the cards. Again, if we look at the map, again, really nice, clear, concise, colourful map. Again, we've got key things on here with the reinforcement areas. We've got battle results, terrain keys for both sides. It looks like we can play the map this way. So you have the Empire this side and the Mahdi on this side. So I like the fact that you've got the back-to-back terrain keys, battle results tables and eliminated reinforcements. And at the top you've got here, just spin that around a little bit for you, sorry about the shadow, terrain effects chart and turn record. So very much geared up for sitting across the table. Again, point to point as a lot of these games are, but looks a very interesting little game, which you could play yourself or with another player in the space of an hour, couple of hours, with very little setup or downtime. And again, you can pack it all away in a little bag, pop it in your case, in your backpack, whatever, and away you go. And for me particularly, having a very low storage requirement is a big benefit, because of course as you accumulate these games over a period of time, space does become a premium as a wargamer and a board gamer, and therefore anything that is low count from that point of view is great. So that's Khartoum, Sudan, 1883 to 1885 by Decision Games. Game 2 of the Hand of Destiny system that I showed you in this video. Hope you've enjoyed looking at those, and it gives you some ideas on future games that you'd like to go out and enjoy and try yourselves. And I hope to bring you more videos very soon. Thanks for watching.